Welcome to the Rescue Stars Parade. Meet Chewy. Chewy is the companion of Annie Wang and Ian Robinson. Chewy was originally found by the Yongin shelter in South Korea. He was transferred to the United States via Dulles Airport and traveled with another Malamute named Alicia. While in foster care, he would lay down to eat and take one piece of kibble at a time. He was quickly gaining a reputation as a very easy boy. Chewy was adopted from Amrod in December 2017, when a little time off for the holidays seemed like a great time to get him introduced and acclimated into a new routine with us. He's now happily settled in the Philadelphia area. His special talents include hiding shoes and building forts with his toys. He is recently taking up bike touring, pulling his dad around the neighborhood on a bike. Chewy loves his human parents very much and is on cordial terms with his cat brother, Han. Not much is known about his life before being rescued, but Chewy has always been happy to hold out his giant paws for a shake. Meet Sierra. She is the companion of Richard and Doreen Wisniewski. The message from Amrod read, "Would you be able to pick up a dog at Kennedy Airport and foster her for a few days until we can arrange transport?" Sierra, who was formerly known as Inu, had a story that wasn't encouraging. She was found wandering on the streets of Seoul, South Korea, and was placed in a high-kill shelter. She required IV antibiotics for an upper respiratory infection before leaving Korea. A couple arranged her flight and packed her into a crate that was too small but barely made weight. Sierra then spent 12 hours in the air, was wheeled through the terminal, and then was dropped unceremoniously in a parking lot. We loaded her, crate and all, for the trip home, unloaded her, closed the garage door, and unbolted the crate. After 2 days, we decided, cancel transport, she's not going anywhere. Today, Sierra is a certified therapy dog through TDI and has her CGC and Trick Dog Novice titles from the AKC. Our sweet teddy bear charms everyone. We failed as fosters, but she's a true rescue success story. This is Merlin. He is the companion of Pat and Mel Bach. Merlin was 7 years old when we adopted him through Champ. 14 Malamutes from a backyard breeder, and then 5 more were brought into foster care. None had been socialized. All were intact, and as a result, Merlin has a piece of his ear missing. He's come a long way, but can be very wary of men and new places sometimes. We credit Merlin with saving our other Malamute, Kenai, who was mourning the loss of her sister, Mickey. Kenai was having nosebleeds for no apparent reason, and the vets thought it could be a nasal tumor. Merlin came home with us, and Kenai was fine for over 2 more years. Merlin likes to go for rides in the car and loves his morning and evening walks. He is a mascot for our hiking group and loves his girls. Camping in our RV and getting to explore new places, streams, lakes, and oceans are a source of great fun for him. He enjoys other dogs and playtime with his best canine friend, Samson. We are so happy with Merlin and enjoy sharing our lives with him. Sometimes it's hard to know who rescued who. Tacoma, companion of Bob and Bambi Mahaney. Tacoma arrived in rescue as an owner surrender from a loving family unfamiliar with the breed. A large and happy-go-lucky boy, Tacoma was crated a lot. People were afraid of him because he looked like a wolf. Trying to be responsible pet parents, Tacoma was enrolled in a board and train program. Then Tacoma became skittish, fearful, and shut down. So Tacoma's original owner surprised the trainer with a visit. He was outraged when he saw an electronic collar on his puppy. At 10 months old, Tacoma's trust with humans was broken, as was his spirit. In January 2019, Tacoma was adopted by a family experienced with fear-free dog handling. His Malamute sister, Jordan, welcomed him and became his therapy pal. Only positive reinforcement rewards-based communication was used. Due to his trauma, they waited 1 year before training. Today, Tacoma is a big, confident, friendly goofball. In 2021, Tacoma became a foster brother to senior Sammy and helped prepare him for adoption. Spirit restored. Welcome Gandalf. He's the companion of Justin and Leslie Williams. Gandalf came to rescue following an animal cruelty case in Durham, North Carolina in 2015. He was one of 29 Malamutes seized by the county animal control and found to be severely malnourished and poorly cared for. The shelter was overwhelmed with this seizure, and Champ took in some of those neglected dogs to care for them and make them available for adoption. Shortly after he was treated for severe heartworms, we drove up to meet potential Malamutes to adopt. After Leslie saw Gandalf's beautiful brown eyes and teddy bear-like floppy ear, she knew in an instant that he was the one. Gandalf has come out of his shell, moving to a country life where he can spend his days hanging out on the deck and wooing for treats as soon as dinner time is over. Gandalf has since had 2 fur sisters, including Diana from Amrod, who passed in April 2020. You will always see Gandalf prancing, as we were told about when we adopted him. We say he has happy feet. Please greet Rocky. He is the companion of Jonas MacDonald and Alexandra Kunkel. Jonas first met Rocky at the Humane Society in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, in the fall of 2012. He was riddled with both kinds of mange and was healing from an embedded collar. Rocky had been surrendered to humane officers after he was found tied to a tree, neglected, and in dire need of help. Visits with him at the shelter while he was on medical hold started my fall for him. He had a calm demeanor despite the trauma he had endured. Rocky soon went to be cared for by Amrod, where he could get the intensive care he needed, including daily medicated baths and foot soaks to help his skin and coat heal. In January of 2013, Rocky was well enough to go home with us. He spends his days napping with his sister Blondie, his afternoons walking in local parks charming everyone he encounters, and his evenings barking at the freezer for more soup bones. In his 8 years with us, he has earned his canine good citizen and become a therapy dog through TDI. He's a local celebrity and a beloved member of the family. Meet Bucky. Bucky is the companion of Mimi Tello Botdorf and John Botdorf. In 2015, Bucky was a 1-year-old owner surrender. Easily aroused, he would run up to dogs and people. Bucky had no social skills, no impulse control, and would burst into the zoomies. He was curious and afraid of the unknown. More exercise didn't help. In 2018, he worked with a fear-free trainer. His volunteer continued the training. By accident, she discovered Bucky's fortress of solitude was in the back of her Toyota Highlander with the AC cranked. In December 2019, she took him home to foster. Bucky was diagnosed with anxiety and needed to continue his rewards-based training and be in a peaceful environment. His foster family adopted him in 2021. Today, Bucky takes rally classes with Foley's dog training and loves working for treats. Meet Gypsy Peanut. She is the companion of Vivian and Tim Camacho. Gypsy Peanut was adopted in March 2015 from Champ. She is a survivor of the 2011 Montana Malamute seizure. Gypsy has scars on her face, and her left ear is torn into 2 pieces that crisscross, battle wounds from fighting over food to survive as a puppy. After the Montana seizure, she lived in Colorado, then in Virginia at Champ for nearly 3 years until she found her forever home in Pennsylvania with Vivian. She was renamed from her Montana name of Lily to Gypsy for all her traveling, and Peanut because she's a peanut-sized Malamute. In May 2019, Gypsy let Vivian marry Tim, and she was ring bearer at our wedding. She enjoys rides in Daddy's pickup truck and gearing up in his Philadelphia Eagles t-shirt on game day. Gypsy is now 11 years old and sleeps most of the day. She speaks with happy howls and big awoos, and she does cute little jumps when excited for food or going on walkies. It takes twice as long to walk half as far, but each day with her is an adventure and a blessing. This is Josie. Josie is a companion of Quentin Robinson. Josie was pulled from a high-kill shelter in June 2019 after being found as a stray. Her fur was covered in urine and feces. Josie likely would have never made it out of the shelter. It took many baths and grooming to finally get her fur to look normal and to smell better. In 2019, my Champ alumni and Ambassador Malamute unexpectedly gained his silver harness. During a visit to the Champ kennels, I saw Josie and instantly fell in love. She was initially timid and shy, but you could tell she wanted to be loved. Through it all, Josie remained a sweet, special girl. She started to gain confidence and learned to love and trust again. Today, Josie lives in Maryland and is surrounded by friends and neighbors who adore her. She continues to gain confidence and become the beautiful Malamute she was intended to be. Welcome, Bucky. Bucky is the companion of Lucy Cook. I had recently lost my beloved Malamute Ramsey. Although heartbroken, I knew I wanted another Malamute and to continue supporting a Malamute rescue. Bucky entered rescue in December 2019 from the Maryland SPCA in Baltimore. His previous owner had a physical disability that resulted in his inability to care for Bucky, who was surrendered to the shelter. I initially fostered him, and poor Bucky was 106 pounds of anxious boy. He was destructive and suffered from separation anxiety. Bucky had to have medication at night to help him relax. He hated crates and would break out of anything you put him in. The bumpy road included broken barriers and destroyed carpets and floors. Despite our rocky start, it didn't take long for me to make it official and adopt him. Bucky attends various training classes, and I'm proud to report that he has completed his Nosework 1 title. The judges commented on our extraordinary teamwork. He has also earned his AKC Trick Dog Novice title. Bucky and I had an instant connection, and I'm glad I stuck it out, was able to help him to become the wonderful boy that he is. We are a great team. Please join us with a big round of applause as our rescue stars make another trip around the ring.